Did you talk to him?
2 days, like, when was, it was 2 days ago, right? Like, after the election?
Yes.
6? Yeah, because I didn't see him yesterday. I just saw him 2 days ago.
Okay, but...
Yeah, I mean, he was happy because, you know, the election and stuff, because Trump won. I mean, same as me, because, you know, but,
yeah, I already know the part what he said about me.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in the other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, freaking, what's her name? Evelyn, she was so, yeah. She called me misogynist.
What the fuck?
For the first time, she called me misogynist. She's like, you don't want a woman in like office and shit like that. Like, Trump's gonna like destroy this country and shit like that. She was saying stuff like that, and
yeah, that's fucking stupid. Straight up, dude, that's fucking
She
stupid.
said that Kamala lost because she's a woman. That's it.
Oh my freaking.
Not her policies, like nothing.
Dude, she had a terrible ass policies.
Yeah.
That bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Oh man. Anything else?
Anything like on what?
What? No, but you really didn't get to talk to him, Joseph?
Joseph?
Yeah, did you? Because I thought you were gonna talk to him about what he said.
Oh no, he wasn't there yesterday.
Oh,
I didn't see him.
Oh, are you gonna see him tomorrow though?
But yeah, I mean, you saw the.
Yeah, has he ever?
Right?
I mean, was that a one-time thing, or has it happened before?
It's the first time he tells me like on a post.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the most female thing you can do.
Did you delete it? You should have deleted it.
Nah, I haven't.
You can delete that.
I'll delete it.
Yeah, just delete it. By the way, I know you had some stuff you said that was on your mind that was bothering you.
About is it the Abdi thing or?
Okay, I want to talk to you about that whole thing. Look, I actually got off the phone with him before I picked you up, and he kind of wants to keep our circle with me, him, Roger, and Alan like closed. The reason being that, well, because of the people I brought in, and even with what Alan brought in too, that they seemed nice at first, but then they fucked me over later, like what Joseph and Laura did. They seemed nice at first, but then they fucked me over, you know? Mm-hmm. And Kyle, you know, like he's even kind of saying fuck Kyle because Kyle's communication has been incredibly terrible, considering he's been ghosting everybody, you know? So, you know, that's kind of an issue. But then again, it's like, without Kyle...
Yeah, well, that's what I said, like, I don't think I want to hang out with that people.
Yeah, but look. Here's the thing about that. He's not
like,
that.
Let's say like we hang out. Like, how am I gonna like? In my thought, I'm gonna be like, does this guy want me to be here? Like, does he want me around?
I mean, he doesn't.
I'm not gonna feel welcome. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Well, just keep in mind, he only ever met you once. You know.
Yeah, I know. No, I understand that, but like, why would you say that?
I mean, it's just because.
No, because like because Alan and Roger know, right? That he said that.
Not that I know of.
Do they know, or did?
I don't think they do. They haven't said anything, so I don't know if they do. But look, like again, you know, because they kind of want to keep it closed because of all the shit that we've been through. He's like, no, we should just keep it closed unless we bring chicks in. You know, that's what he even said. Like he'd be okay with you unless you bring a chick in. You know, I'm thinking, but it's just because he only says that as well because most of the people we've brought in have mostly been guys. We haven't really had any girls. And honestly, that's kind of a thing that I really do want to change.
So,
is like,
he wants me to bring a girl? So why? Like, so he could try to fuck her or what?
Knowing him, he probably might, even though he's probably going to fail, considering even the ones who he does seem to land well with, they don't always stick around, you know? Knowing him.
The fuck, bro?
Yeah. I mean, but look, again, it's nothing towards you personally.
And he says keep the circle small, like between you guys, but
yeah, I mean,
unless
with us,
I bring a girl and that he wants to fuck, I don't understand. Like,
yeah,
what does that have to do with me? Like, getting
it's
closer
just because,
to him?
Again, it's like what I just said right now. It's just because we've had mostly guys come in our group. We haven't really had many girls come in. Laura was one of the few. Okay. we had a few others that came before her. Lexi, Kristen, those people I've mentioned before, them. But we haven't really had girls come in our group. It's mainly been just guys. It's been mostly a sausage fest. And we don't want to have just guys come in. We want to have some girls. And like that's what that's where it comes from with him. But look, towards you, it's nothing personal towards you. Like he doesn't have a problem with you at all. It's just, for him, because again, he doesn't know how close you and I have grown. He doesn't know that. And I don't want to tell him anything about that, because if I do, then he's gonna be like, what the fuck, am I doing this, because then he's gonna start bringing up, what they've done for me and everything, and all that, he's gonna start bringing that up. So that's why I don't really say anything to him about that, and actually.
Oh, but it's not like he hangs out with you as much anymore.
I mean, now he's starting to kind of. We've been picking that up again. Now we've started to pick that up again. Like he actually was disappointed when I told him that I couldn't make it for next Saturday. Because next Saturday he wanted to hang out, but I told him I'm going to be going up to Bakersfield. I didn't tell. I said it was Juan. I just said it was my family because I didn't want him to start tripping out over fucking Juan, because even Juan he sometimes gets on about too.
Oh, he gets on Juan too?
A little bit, but not as much. But he's gonna say like, dude, like. But then again, it's like this is something I'm even gonna tell. Like I've even called Juan up on before, and I'm gonna keep calling him out on, which is saying like, dude, like we've been there for you more than Juan has. Like we gave you thousands. Like even though Abdi himself never gave me like money when I asked for it.
Yeah.
That Roger and Alan did. That Juan barely ever did, and that. They've gone to my house, and Juan never has come over to here. Like, he's never come to Santa Clarita to visit me, and that's something I will continue to call him out for, Juan for, is that he doesn't come down to Santa Clarita. But I get it. It's like it's harder for him because of how his parents can be. But I'm like, dude, I mean, just work your.
He's barely getting his driver's license, right?
Yeah, I told him, dude, like, you know what to do. You're a grown ass man. Like, you should do it. Figure something out. Because I told him as well, I don't want him to be 30 and still doing this, because that's going to be sad, is if he's still 30 and still doing this, So that's why he has to really get it together. That's why I tell him as well, like when I see him, I'm telling him as well, like he has to get it together, like really get it together. But that's like, I partially agree with him on that, but at the same time, he told me as well that because of what they've done for me, that I should put them first and Juan second, or even third. So I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that because I know Juan's not perfect, but he's done some good for me as well with throwing me a party, and the fact that whenever it comes to his family events, I'm always the only one friend he ever brings in, and he doesn't really bring any of his other friends along. It's always me, that he brings in, So it's from that, but still, again. He's bringing me the best gift I could ever have, which is Claudia. But that he told me as well, for that, I have to do more of my part if I'm going to fully get her back. I have to do more of my part. I can't just fully be on him. I have to do more of my end. Yeah. So I have to do that. And then when I actually do it, then I'll actually have her, And that's actually something I wanted to go on with you. What was up with you and all that depressing stuff you were saying in the group chat? Because I thought because for real, I thought after what we did last week, you would have been good.
I just had like a bad day yesterday.
Okay, because
I don't know, like when I have a bad day, like it's easy for me to
slip into that. But look, like. I don't want you to make him feel like, like he did all that for nothing, and he kind of...
No, I was thinking about that too, like, man, like, I shouldn't be talking like this because I had my candle on.
Yeah.
Just to remind them that, like...
Yeah,
I was thankful for that, but...
Yeah, because look at me, after what happened with me, like, I feel good, and I feel like, okay, I know what I have to do, and I have to go through with it, and because, remember... I felt my left hand felt like it was on fire. Yeah. I felt my heart in his fucking hand with that hypnosis he did. Yeah. I felt it. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, I have to get my shit together. Okay? Yeah. I have to get my shit together. I have to.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts with me on that.
Yeah.
Okay? So I have to do it. Okay? And because as well, I'm tired of going, like I've said before, I'm tired of going day after day, night after night, week after week, month after month, year after year without Claudia. Okay? And as of come December, we'll have marked 5 years since I last saw her.
Yeah.
5 fucking years. And you remember what he said back there.
Yeah.
That I don't just go to her house because of because of like, it's the only place where I feel like I can feel some semblance of her. For him, he figured it out that I go there because it was the last place I ever saw her in.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It was the last place I ever saw her at. After that, she was gone and I hadn't seen her again. I still kept in touch, but you know the rest.
Yeah.
You damn well knew the rest. So I have to get together, man. And you, if you want that girl, you got to do the same. That's why when you have sad moments like this, you have to let it out, yes, but you also have to let yourself, you also have to take control of that, you know?
Yeah.
And not let it get to you, you know? That's why I think later on you owe Honey Boy an apology for that.
Yeah.
Because of that. And also because again, we all have our bad days. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was going to get onto you about with Abdi, with when I said he called earlier. He called me because he wanted to apologize for me because earlier today,
Yeah.
he had like a fucking meltdown and then he just flipped out and then went off on me, you know? And then when I tried to call back, it was just like, what? And then just a few seconds later, and then he just fucking hangs up. And I tried calling him again and he ignores my call. But then before I picked you up,
Yeah.
he called me and he told me he was really sorry about that.
Yeah.
That he was really sorry for flipping out on me, and I told him, dude, it's okay. He's like, no, it's not okay. Like, I really shouldn't have done that. And he told me that he was like that because he's frustrated with school because he's trying to because the lie that I told them, remember, to get out of it?
Yeah.
Because he was pissed. He was pissed about that because he wanted to spend more time with me and that I wasn't going to be able to now.
Yeah.
And he was frustrated as well because he'd really been looking forward to this and he wanted to get his mind off of things that were on his, get his mind off things, because lately what his mind has been on has been school, because since he's in class right now,
Yeah.
he told me he's failing math hard.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that he's being really hard on himself and like going on about how he told me as well, like if he fucks up, then he's gonna be set more time back.
Yeah.
Okay, more time back. So he's been under a lot of pressure, not to mention from work. I mean, he had a job at Ross, but then he got a seasonal job at Target, so he quit the Ross job and he just stuck with Target.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the stress of that, and it was the stress of a lot of that got to him, and that's why he went off on me. But then,
But was the meltdown related to that, or was there something else that contributed?
no, it was mostly those things that I mentioned. That's why he flipped out. You know, that's why he flipped out ultimately. But again, he apologized and he told me like he was sorry about that. That it was all that he didn't mean to go off on me. And he apologized right there, and I already told him like, hey, tomorrow we're gonna see each other. I know I probably won't be there for a while, but I know I probably won't be there for like a long time, but at least I'll be there, Yeah. And when he said fuck Kyle, like I kind of felt a little upset about it, even though honestly, I'm gonna talk to Juani Boy, and I'm even gonna talk to Kyle about this, about Kyle's terrible lackluster communication, because that is a bad habit of his that he has had for a long time that he needs to really break. Because that's something I will agree with him on Abdion, that he has terrible communication. Not to mention, like, Kyle has a habit to where whenever we try to reach out to him, he doesn't say shit to us.
Yeah, cause it's random when he pops up on IG. Like he liked the recent post that I made.
Yeah.
He liked it. So there's times where he's just like gone, and then there's times where he randomly pops in.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna tell him as well. He has to stop doing that, because we want to really let him in, but he keeps doing that to us. Yeah. Like not just like to the boys, like even to us too. Like to Juan, you and me, he's doing that to us too. I mean, granted, you don't talk to him like that. But still, it's like he's ghosting everybody, you know? And, not to mention he has a bad habit of not planning things out properly. Like, he'll just drop it at the last minute. Like, hey, are you guys free today? Like, you want to hang out today? You know, like, not even ask what our schedule is.
Yeah.
So, that's what bothers us, is that he's doing that to us.
Did Abdi have a meltdown about Kyle?
Well, I mean, he was pissed about Kyle, but, like, he told me straight up, like, yeah, he is pissed about Kyle. And he said, like, he's not afraid to tell him to his face, like, straight up, like all the shit that he's done, you know? So, he's pissed at Kyle right now. But he wasn't really as concerned about Kyle as he was just more about the other stuff, you know? Yeah. But that's a problem with Kyle. Kyle has lackluster communication. His is very, very lackluster. He just pops in and out. And that's a habit of his he really needs to stop. And not to mention, he also needs to plan things out properly with us. Like, hey, the sleepover, he planned that out properly. But the rest of the other things he's done, not that much at all.
Does he even know about December?
I told him, and I'm going to try to...
Has he gotten back to you on that?
No. I'm going to try to call him and see if he can, like, if he's got it set or not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it's been a while since you told him to plan it out, but I haven't heard you say, oh, Kyle's coming or anything.
Yeah. But look, like, also, but going back to Abdi, I don't want you to think, like, he's bad or anything. Like, look, it's just, like, I get some of the things he's
trying. It seems like out of he's the most, like,
reserved.
Outspoken.
Yeah, because he's not because that's the thing, he's a very straight up person. He's very direct, you know? Sometimes to the point where he could be a little too blunt, but he's always honest, you know? Because he told me about some stuff that happened to him when he was much younger with some people who he went to elementary or middle school with who turned on him very badly. And ever since then, it's like he's kind of like had this mentality of reading people out and like being wary of who to let in and who not to let in, you know?
Yeah.
So he's grown a little bit more of that mentality, you know? He's very direct, Abdi. That's where I've kind of learned to be more. That's where I'm trying to be more like him, like that. You know, be more direct and straightforward. You know, and take a lot of that because again, that's how he's always been. Like since I first met him, he's always been that straight up. You know, I mean, not 100%. There are a few things he's kept to himself.
Yeah.
But overall, like he's in an overall sense.
Yeah.
He's very straightforward. He's a very straight up and outspoken person. You know, he's not gonna hide. You know, he's not gonna hide it unless he feels like okay, like depending on the situation, if he has to, then he'll keep it. But he more often than not, he'll just say it like it is. That's how he's always.
Yeah, and speaking of Joseph, I mean, but I was gonna say, so I'm thinking like, so would Abdi prefer Joseph to come back, like knowing that he would bring a girl with him?
No. In that case, no.
Me? Like
no,
just
no. In his particular case, no, because he knows how Joseph. Because of everything I've told him, and plus with how Elena and Roger have seen him, they don't want anything to do with him. So in his case, no, Abdi would want nothing to do with it. Not to mention, he told me like he's already moved on from the whole Laura thing, from like trying to get at Laura and all that. Like he's moved on from it, you know. You know, so he doesn't care about that. So. No, he would
before not. He probably didn't know Joseph that well. He was
no. He only met him once, but but his whole thing is if you fuck with my friend, you fuck with me. So because of what Joseph did to me, he's not gonna want to be friends with him, even if he does bring Laura. You know, not that Laura would even want to give him a chance.
He must have been like checking her out the whole time for him to like want to fuck her, like because you said that he kept like bringing her up, like.
Well, he asked me about her tits and like her ass because he only saw, he didn't really check her out. Because he knows, because he's careful with that, you know, because he knows not to check a chick out like that, you know.
Yeah.
He only asked me about that because I've seen her naked.
Yeah.
I've seen her body. So he was asking me like, what size are her tits? Do you think you could get some nudes or something? And I don't think Laura's the kind of person who would give nudes anyways. So. Even if I did try it.
I think she would just be freaky, like, in person. Like,
yeah. And honestly, I also did tell him about how Laura is now engaged to Kaden, Which, that's what Juan predicted would come true, that that they get engaged.
I don't know if Joseph's lying that he hung out with her. I don't know.
I don't know either. Wait.
No, Joseph said that he was coming in November. Yeah, I remember that he said that.
Wait.
Caden.
So it's no longer October? They moved it to November now?
That's what he said. I said, hey, so what happened with Caden? Did you say like he was gonna come or something on the 4th, right? Or 14th or what?
14th.
He's like, oh no, he's coming next month, November.
Oh, then it probably is some shit on his.
That's what Joseph said.
Oh, and Joseph's gonna be in for it because I don't know if he knows.
I don't know if he thinks that like Laura's gonna
does he even know that Laura's engaged to Caden?
I don't know, bro. I didn't tell him like, hey, is Laura engaged? Because that would mean that I've been like snooping or some shit, like.
Yeah, or if you did, or if I did tell you, or if you did ask it, or no, if you did tell him, then he probably would try to guess that it was me because.
Yeah, like how did you know that? He'll probably be like, how do you know that? Or if he doesn't know, he'll probably be like, wait, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Or if he does know that, oh, does like Kevin tell you or someone?
Yeah, or like who told you that?
Yeah.
You know, he would have asked you who told you that. You know. So
then he would be like, well, don't I have Kevin blocked?
Yeah. Well,
so he would probably think that you made a burner account or something.
Well, I don't have any, so like I don't. Other than that one, but I already have him blocked on there, so it's not for shit. But no. Again, with what Abdi said, just know that it really is nothing towards you. But either way, I don't care what he says. I'm not gonna okay. I can get some of what he's coming from with because I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
I've known him longer than I've known you.
Yeah.
I've known him for about 7 to 8 years now. Okay. Yeah. And that's why he keeps it close because it's not just that we spent a long time together, but it's the fact that we've done so much together in that time. That's why he wants to keep it that way. He wants to keep it closed unless there's a girl in. But even then, he said, he would still be wary because he doesn't know if it's going to be a crazy chick or not. Even then, he would still be wary.
Yeah.
But still, it's nothing towards you, okay? But again, regardless of what he says, I still consider you guys a family as well, You and Juan, I still consider you guys that. So, he can say what he wants, but I'm considering you guys that, So, we've made our little pact anyways, as Juan put it, We've made our pact.
Yeah.
You, him.
Kyle's in the middle, I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle's in the middle. Yeah. A few other people that are going to come in the future, and it must be us, and then obviously Claudia as well. Daniel is a different story. I wouldn't he's a good ally, but I wouldn't exactly count him in on that. I don't think that's a whole lot for him to even digest. So I wouldn't really count him in on that. Logan's a bit harder, only because of his scheduling.
Yeah.
I did try to get him to hang out recently, but he can't right now because excuse me. He can't right now because he's going to school. So he said he won't be free until December. This is gonna be really doing hard. Oh, by the way, do you want to go to Crumble Cookie today?
What's the menu?
Honestly, I don't think it's that good. Honestly,
is there at least one good one?
Okay.
Or a decent one?
I could have sworn I sent you the menu.
Okay. No, I don't think you
Okay.
did.
There's 8 flavors this week.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate chip, butter cake, peanut butter blossom, strawberry cupcake, New York cheesecake, the original pink sugar, M&M's original, and oatmeal raisin.
I might go with M&M's.
Okay.
Or New York cheesecake.
I'm gonna go for the strawberry cupcake. Honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the strawberry cupcake.
But yeah, when I say that, Abby tried to get at Laura.
Yeah.
There's no way he wanted nudes from her without inspecting her body first,
No, I know.
with clothes on.
No, I know. I already know.
And then that one time where what happened where Abby got mad at or some shit because Laura made it seem that he was like how you told me something about that.
Oh no, that he said that I cock blocked him from her because
something like that. Yes,
because I told him because I kept pushing him away from like trying to get at her because I was trying to keep it to myself and everything, and even Roger to a lesser extent as well.
Yeah, but you said that you called him one time and Laura was listening or some shit like that?
Yeah, and she was turned off by what he was saying about her. Like about how much he wanted to get at her and shit like that.
Like
you
fuck
know,
her? Like he said that? Like
kind of, and all that stuff. You know, it was discomforting for Laura because the volume was up pretty high, and with the sound of everything, it was hurting her ears.
Yeah.
So that was also uncomfortable for her, not just because of what he said, but also the volume was fucking with her ears.
Yeah.
So basically, it fucked her over hard. You know. Nice job, jackass. Way to fucking go.
What happened?
This jackass right here, he's trying to speed in front of everybody. Look at this jackass. But how do you feel now, knowing about what I said regarding Abdi? How do you feel now?
It's understandable, but like if there's a time, like if I see him in person again, like I don't know how I would, like I don't know if I would be like comfortable, you know, like being
nice job, jackass. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, was that guy that cut you off or what?
Yeah, they kept going in front of me and then he cut everybody off and then he was swerving in and everything.
Yeah.
But you were saying that you could understand it?
Yeah, but like if I see him another time, I'll be like, does he want me here this time or?
Yeah, well.
Like, oh no, like I'm gonna feel like I'm like just like
an outsider.
Like, no, not an outsider, but like I don't know if it has to do with my presence or I don't know. Like I don't know.
I know. I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Well, don't worry. You won't really see him that often, anyways. You know, you really won't. You won't see him that often. You know. So you'll be fine. Okay. You won't have to deal with him that much. You know. You know. Okay. Like. You won't deal with him that much, so we'll be good. And plus, no matter, okay, look, remember, no matter what he says, I'm not cutting you off. I'm not gonna put anyone else above anyone else.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna put him above anyone else. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you guys above him.
Yeah.
Like I even don't want. I kept
it. It should be a playing field, right?
Yes, I want to keep a playing field. So. But I also have to do more of my part on the playing field because I know lately with them I haven't really done it as much, honestly. But I'm going to keep it on a freaking playing field, you know? I'm going to keep it all on a playing field. I'm not going to play no games or play for favorites with them, you know? I'm not going to play for back with them. Okay? I may have known them longer, but you guys have been there as well. And Money Boy, I've known him the longest out of everybody, even though we went several years without speaking to each other. Yeah. But
I'll tell you one thing, I'd rather hang out with Abdi than Joseph.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly.
At least Abdi doesn't call himself an alpha and he's arrogant as hell.
No.
And what he said that, Kevin probably voted for Kamala because, you know, like, you're dating.
Yeah. I mean, he does have his own views on politics, but he doesn't put a big emphasis on it, you know?
Yeah.
He mostly just keeps it in reserve.
It's just the white people thing, right?
Honestly, it's mostly that, you know? But it's because, again, he's been discriminated on, you know, for most of his life because he's moved across the country. When he came to this country, he never, you know, this was one of the few places, like, this is honestly, like, California has been, like, the few places where he's called, like, home, where he's lived a long time and not had to worry about, you know, about moving. Because he even told me, you know what he once told me?
What?
At one point, him and his family were living in a church. That's how broke they were at one point. They were living in a fucking church.
Yeah.
A church. It was that bad for them. And he's never really had a permanent home. Like, he's he's constantly been hopping from one place to another. He's never really had a place to consider his home until he moved to Santa Clarita, where he lived a lot longer. And he lived in a different apartments, but still, that city he considered home. And even though he still lives close by, he still considers it his home, you know. Yeah, I know him pretty well. So like I said, just don't take it personally like that. You know, it's not a problem with you. He's just very particular because of everything we've been through, and he wants to be more cautious. I mean, what with Alan bringing in Fernie, and then with what I've done as well, like he's trying to be more cautious because of what we've done. Because it's like Alan has kind of done that too, you know. Because remember, that's how we met Fernie, was through Alan. You know, but then again, Alan was kind of stupid back then. You know, he was pretty stupid. I was pretty stupid myself before, and I'm still kind of stupid now. But yeah, that's what it mostly comes down to with him, is that.
So when you guys first met Fernie, like, how did you notice anything off, or?
I felt a bit of a weird vibe, but it wasn't until much later on that, like, you know.
When did you start realizing it was weird, or he was off, or he started to, like,
just like later on, like, especially when he started talking crap about Roger's weight. I mean, not that you know,
in person, like he would say.
Yeah, like he would say, you know.
Even though he was pretty chubby himself.
Yeah, dude, honestly, he's gotten even fatter now. Like, they told me that the last time they saw him, he was waddling like a fucking penguin. Like, he's gotten really, really, from what they told me he really let himself go, okay? So...
Well, what did he say to Roger, though? Like,
well, he wouldn't really say it to him, but he would tell it to the rest of us.
Well, how would he say that? Oh, like, he's fat as hell, or...
You know, he once said, I don't want to end up as fat as Roger, or some shit like that, so... It's shit like that kept me,
like, you started to wonder if he talked shit about you, right? Like, with other people or so?
Yeah, basically. But still, it is what it is. You know, but still, Fernie's history. He's been history for a long time now. I have no intention of ever, seeing his ass again.
Who brought in Connor?
Connor we knew from high school.
Oh.
I had classes with him.
Oh, he was in the group?
Kind of.
Oh.
You know, I knew Connor from, like, high school. Me and Kyle, we knew Connor from high school because we went to the same high school together. We knew each other for a very long time. So.
Were him and Fernie, like, too close?
At one point they did, but I don't know what him and Fernie are like now.
Because I don't know, like, I forget how you guys, like, moved on from Connor. Like, what did he do?
Oh, because of how he was on Fernie's side. Because he was on Fernie's side most of the fucking time. He sipped for Fernie at one point.
Yeah.
You know? So, fuck his ass for that shit. Oh, man. Still, it is what it is, you know? But, like I said, though, Nate, just don't take it personally. I'm also going to tell him about this.
At least you didn't, like, say fuck him, you know, like me.
No. He didn't
say that to Kyle.
Yeah, I was kind of saying fuck Kyle mainly because of Kyle's terrible fucking communication. But again, I'm gonna try to speak to him about that when I can. Same thing with
like when you text him on the phone, like on messages, doesn't respond.
Not really. Sometimes he will. Or there are times where he'll answer me back, but he doesn't wait until days later to respond back in any capacity. You know, he's always had that problem, dude. He's always had that fucking problem. Pardon me. Oh, man. I'm getting hungry now. Can't wait for In-N-Out, and then tomorrow will be the Chinese place.
Okay. And so why did you change your mind? Like you switched the days, like, okay.
And I thought, fuck it, like, I might as well do it tomorrow, you know. Besides, that way we can say, you know, we can really go to town on that place. Yeah. And plus, I figured, like, as well, regarding Crumble Cookie, if we're gonna do it, we should do it now. You know, because we're already out. You know, we're already gonna be going out and shit. So fucking might as well.
Yeah.
Damn it! I knew I should have picked you up sooner, but I was on the phone with Abdi. We were on the phone for 15 minutes because he wanted to deeply apologize for what he said.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that's I appreciate that he did that, because that's a big step up from when at one point he demanded an apology from me, and now this time he comes and apologizes to me.
Because there was a time where you didn't want to be his friend anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of wary about him in either way, but I'm just like, I kind of tolerate him in a sense, but I care for him, but I mostly tolerate him in certain aspects, you know.
Like when he demanded you to give him an apology, like did you think that he didn't deserve one, or you feel like
prior to him demanding it, I was more okay with it, but then after he said that, that's when I was just like, no, fuck that. I was just like, fuck that. I just wanted to get it over with, especially because that entire conversation we had right there happened on my way to work, and I wanted to just get it over with because I needed to get it done as soon as possible. So I did, and then that was it. You know, that was it. But yeah, man. Well, also, you've been doing the candle thing, you said?
Yeah, I've been turning it on when I'm home.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad you're doing that shit, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. Because remember, we're trying to be a family as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're a pack. We're a pack, essentially.
Yeah.
You know. Well, you feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, also kind of felt like, as far as what you did during your little cleansing, it kind of felt like you were holding back. Were you? I'll be honest.
No, yeah, I mean, I told you guys. I mean, I wish I told you, like, what I said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, about my future and stuff, you know, like,
Okay.
girl and stuff, and
Yeah. Look, I'll speak to him about that, you know, because I know we didn't get to do it this week, we didn't get to do it Saturday, but that's because with everything that happened, you know, it really got to us. Not to mention, Juan himself has been a bit busy because right after we left, his family came back from Salinas, and his tia spent the night with them. No, she spent the week with them, actually.
Yeah.
So, you know, he'd been taking care of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I want to ask you.
If you want a dinner